Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Kaspa update. We want to take a look at the Kaspa price chart. It's been long since my last update, honestly, but Kaspa is actually sitting at a point right now which is very critical. A lot of people are worried that we are going to get rejected right here and continue to the downside. Some are also saying that, you know what, we still have got room to the upside. So we want to dissect this price chart right here in today's video. But before I get there, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. Really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Kaspa updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so really, because I do TA on Kaspa and a whole bunch of other altcoins on a regular basis. And without me running my mouth too much, let me actually get into the real stuff. So what we see right here is we see this massive run that we have had here on the Kaspa price set. And if you want to take a look at it from inception, that's something like here until the top here, we can see something like 27,000%, or we could actually say it's a 28 point something 28,000%. This is basically a 281 x. So it actually tells you that a lot of people have actually made a lot of money from this altcoin here, and probably some of them are still sitting on those kind of profits. So it actually gets dangerous as you continue going higher right here, because you will be risking that one of those or some of those early investors can just dump the coin at any moment, and then that will be crazy, right? Obviously, price will be going to the downside. And to be honest, in most cases, you actually don't get to see this full price action right here, this historical price action of Kaspa. So you will see bits and pieces on different exchanges. They really don't paint the full picture of what's happening here with the price. So take a look at this. This is the kind of price action that we've been seeing on Kaspa, that after every big rally, you have this ABC correction that shows up right here. And when the ABC correction is done, you continue further up in another rally. And then we have another ABC formation that forms there. And then you continue in another rally. You correct again in another ABC correction. You continue. You run to the upside again, another ABC correction. So the question obviously is, are we going to repeat the same thing that has been happening right here? Now, just taking a look at historical price action, you would actually say that it's looking likely that we will be able to break this previous all-time high and set another one, right? But really, it's not enough, because you're just taking a look at, patterns and all that, right? We need another stronger supporting argument, and for that, we're going to turn to our indicators right here. We're going to start here with the MACD, and what you see with the MACD is whenever we have had our ABC correction right here, you bottom out here on the MACD, you have a cross, meaning that we are continuing to the upside. You have that right here each and every single time. ABC, you see we have the same thing right here as well. ABC, we have the same thing right here. To be specific, that's the 27th of May 2023, and then that marks the bottom. You continue to the upside. Now in this situation, we also have another one here. Look at this. We had our ABC correction here, and then we have had our MACD cross indicator has already shown up right here and marking the bottom of this specific correction right here, and we are continuing to the upside. But on the flip side, you can also see that we have had crosses right here indicating the top, another cross here indicating the top, another cross right here indicating the top. Obviously, the crosses above the zero line, they are not really that reliable, because you can see at some instances right here, you have a cross right here, and it really didn't mean that a bigger ABC correction was going to show up right here, or a big correction in any form, right? So you see the same thing right here. We had another cross, really didn't mean anything. So it's not really that straightforward as to the other one, which is like below the zero mark. Once you have a cross, that's it right here. You are continuing to the upside. So if you take a look at where we are with Kaspa, we are still far from, a cross here indicating that bearish momentum is going to start in the market. We don't have that at the moment. So that's another reason to believe that we are actually going to continue high and probably set a new all-time high, right? Now, another thing that I would actually draw your attention to is something like this here, the RSI. You can take a look at this. Each and every single time we've had an ABC correction trying to reclaim the previous all-time high right here, we have actually had a moment where the price set, or the RSI, actually is working this area right here, just below the 70 mark, right? So you see that you have had the ABC correction there, and when you're rolling to the upside, you first work out this 70 area mark here on the RSI, and then eventually you set another high, and then you have a few candles above that 70 that guarantees your on your all-time high, right? Take a look at this instance, for example. Let me go ahead and drop the chart so that you can actually have a full view here. So you see you are going to the upside here after an ABC correction, and then you can see that you're working out the 70 area mark before you eventually break decisively above that mark, and then you continue to the upside, setting your new all-time high there, right? we have the same scenario here as well. After that ABC correction that I've been showing you, ABC correction, you see the RSI rising, first challenging the 70 mark, a rejection, and then you work out eventually, and then you set another all-time high. So coming to where we are with Kaspa right now, we can actually see that we have hit that first step of challenging the RSI, the 70 area there, and it seems like we are still working out at that level there. So once we break the 70 mark decisively here on the RSI, I'll be saying with a high degree of certainty that a new all-time high is definitely going to be coming here for Kaspa. We don't have that at the moment, but the reason why I'm pointing out these things is showing you like how it has happened in the past, and showing you how, maybe pretty normal it is for the price to be acting the way it is right now. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying, you know what, there is a lot of bearish divergence that actually is showing up right here on the RSI. But I also want to show you how this has always been the case for the Kaspa price set until a new high is set here on the RSI. So take a look at this here. We have our ABC correction, right? And take a look at what's happening here with the RSI. Let me go ahead and I highlight that. You see that we are actually having bearish divergence here through and through. Take a look at this. We are setting new highs, continuing the upside, and then we have that ABC correction. Now on our way up, we also seem to have bearish divergence. It is happening relative to the previous high, right? Take a look at this here. We can see, yeah, we are continuing to set a new all-time high, but we still have got like bearish divergence is happening right there, right? That really doesn't stop the price to continue setting a new all-time high there. We have the same thing happening here as well, another ABC correction, and you see that here you still have the RSI trending to the downside here, in as much as price is continuing to the upside. Take a look at this. So yeah, really, I don't think it carries that much weight on this specific price. That I've seen different prices obviously, and bearish divergence is something that is really important to take into consideration, but I'm not really sure if it's something that is to be taken into consideration right here and to worry about the Kaspa price, because it has done this time and again. Take a look at this instance as well, another ABC correction right here, and take a look at what's happening with RSI. Let me go ahead and indicate with another marker here. So you have this right here, and you see yourself going higher with the bearish divergence here, but still managing to set a new all-time high. So these things have happened before, and I honestly don't think they carry much weight on this specific price set right now. There is one thing that I want to point to here with the volume, right? Let me go ahead and do this now. You can see here with the volume that whenever we are going to set a new all-time high right here, obviously with our ABC corrections, we have decreases in volume, right? And you can see that here we are decreasing, but when you're heading to a new all-time high, you see an uptrend here in the volume. We are seeing the same thing right happening here as well. We have got an uptrend here, and then obviously on our declines ABC, we have got declines and uptrends right here. At the same moment we are in right now, you can still see that we are trending to the upside here on the volume, and that's pretty good here as an indication. The moment we are stopping to grow here on the volume profile, maybe continuing to the downside right here, this is the moment that I'll be worried. But as of now, I think most of the indicators are actually pointing to the fact that we will set a new all-time high. Another thing that I forgot to mention at the very beginning is that normally with our Fibonacci retracement 2, we can actually see how high a price that can go before turning, right? Now, usually the 786.786 Fibonacci retracement level is the last point of rejection right here. And what we have seen with Kaspa is after the ABC corrections, once you decisively break and close above the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, you are set for a new all-time high. It has happened right here. Let me go ahead and show you the second instance where we have our ABC correction right here. It's going to be a little bit messy, but I can go ahead and delete this one since we are not using it. And then we can pull our Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very top right here to the bottom of our ABC correction. And I want you to pay attention to when we decisively pick steam right here on the Kaspa price to set a new all-time high. You see that here you just break decisively the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, and then you continue. You may backtest it in a couple of cases, but just decisively breaking a daily candle and closing above it is actually something that is very significant right here. Big indication in my own opinion. Take a look at this instance as well, from the very top to the very bottom right here. You can still see that decisively broke the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, and a new all-time high was set. Obviously, the all-time high there was shallow, but let's come to where we are right here. You can still see that we have, another ABC correction right here. And from the very top to the very bottom of the correction, we have already had a decisive candle breaking and closing above the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, and apparently we are still sitting right on top. So new all-time high is coming. Is this going to be a double top? It remains to be seen, but I've taken a look at some indicators. This has been the case time and again with the Kaspa price set, and we'll see what happens. But remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll be able to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.